Okay, and welcome back, everyone. This is the First Inning Radio Show, and we're live on Spotify. Just go search the First Inning Radio Show, BX Bomber 2011, or you can Google it, and you can find us on all platforms that you can watch us on. So just go and search the First Inning Radio Show, BX Bomber 2011, and I'm along with Roger, the big Yankee fan. Say hello, Roger.
Hello, good evening, DX Bomber. We are recording on March 2nd, 2020, and it is a Monday, and spring training is well underway, and the Yankees did not have a spring training game to play today.
Yeah, right. Everybody's kind of bummed out about that because they have
Oh, yeah.
have 2 days off today, right? They have 2 days off.
No, they'll be back at George Steinbrenner Field tomorrow. At George Steinbrenner Field tomorrow, playing the Red Sox, and that will be on the Yes Network. And you might want to check that out because they could possibly be on MLB Network as well.
Okay, cool. And everybody wants to know what is the deal with Aaron Judge? Is he
Oh,
ready?
okay,
Is he
yes.
not? Will he be ready for opening day? What's the verdict?
Right. As it is appearing right now, is that Aaron Boone does not think that it will be a a major long period of time. And let me see if I can find Aaron Boone specifically speaking about it. Here we are. Okay, this is from Yanks Go Yard, and we will get to that right now and see what we could do here. Okay, uh, Aaron Boone is not expecting. Aaron Boone is confident Aaron Judge's shoulder injury is not a long-term thing. Yankee star right fielder Aaron Judge still hasn't made his spring training debut yet because of right shoulder soreness. Judge had an MRI on Saturday and is expected to undergo more tests during Monday's off day, but manager Aaron Boone is still optimistic that the injury won't be a long-term thing. It's encouraging to hear the Yankees are still confident that Judge's injury won't keep him out for a long period of time because the majority of the fan base sure isn't. It's hard to be optimistic that Judge is going to be good to go on opening day after they have already seen three of their top players go down with an injury over the course of the last month. This, of course, comes after a season in which the Yanks set a major league record for stints on the injured list with 39. Luis Severino is out for the season after undergoing Tommy John surgery last Thursday, and James Paxton won't be back until May or June after he had back surgery on February 5th. Both of their respective injuries reportedly started bothering them during last year's postseason and lingered throughout the offseason, which makes the news even more maddening. Giancarlo Stanton, who missed the majority of the 2019 season due to injury, came into camp totally healthy until he suffered a grade 1 calf strain while doing outfield drills last week. Stanton hasn't been ruled out to return for the start of the regular season, but I bet against it happening. I hate to say this, but he's quickly becoming the new Jacoby Ellsbury, albeit a bigger, more jacked up version. And let's not forget about Aaron Hicks, who's going to be out until June or July as he continues to recover from Tommy John surgery in late October. Judge apparently started feeling discomfort in his right shoulder before position players arrived at camp 2 weeks ago. The Yankees then shut him down from hitting, and he hasn't been able to take on-field batting practice since. He recently started taking swings again, but this past weekend he felt discomfort in his right pectoral muscle while doing some work in an indoor batting cage. That led to an MRI on Friday, which came back negative. Here's Boone on the latest development. It's a similar feeling he had when he was down here a couple weeks early, working and going through everything, Boone said. He was getting that discomfort, and it returned when he really started ramping up the last few days. I felt good about the prognosis of things, even though in the immediate picture, because of what has happened and what went on last year, the Flames get a little fanned. There's still no timetable for his return, and we'll likely find out a lot more about Judge's prognosis within the next 24 hours after he goes through some more tests on Monday. We'll hope for the best, but also expect the worst because of how things have played out for the Yankees when it comes to injuries since the start of spring training a season ago. If Judge misses the beginning of the season, we could see Clint Frazier starting on opening day alongside Brett Gardner and Mike Tauchman, or we could see Miguel Andujar in left and Frazier as DH, depending on who the Yankees believe is a better defender in the outfield. Miggy is a lot to make the team, and as long as Judge and Stanton are out, Frazier really should be well. Non-roster invitee Rosal Herrera is another name who could be in the outfield mix thanks to his terrific play so far this spring. The 27-year-old switch hitter plays 6 positions and is 7 for 14 with 4 runs batted in this spring following a 3-for-3 day at the plate on Sunday. Yeah, Rosal Herrera looks pretty good, but that is the latest now on the injuries.
I think Yogi Berra said it best. Deja vu all over again.
I know. It seems like it never comes to an end, you know? It really never comes to an end. So we'll find out within the next day or two more information about Judge. Aaron Boone is staying positive about it. But we'll see where it all plays out.
Yeah, it's more like a next man up hangover last year type of thing. You know what I mean?
It certainly does seem to be that way.
You know, but
and there are some trade rumors going on, possible trade rumors. And the possible trade rumors, and this is from the Star Ledger, the Yankees and the Mets, a Steven Matz trade in the works, possibility. What's the price tag? And this is Yankees rumors. And this is from the Star Ledger by Mike Rosenstein, New Jersey Advanced Media for NewJersey.com. New York Yankees general manager Brian Cashman has insisted he will explore internal options to fill the starting rotation openings created by injuries to right-hander Luis Severino and left-hander James Paxton. However, the New York Post reports Cashman also is checking out the trade market. Steven Matz might be guaranteed a rotation spot in New York after all this spring. With their sudden shortage of starting pitching, the Yankees have contacted the Mets about Matz's potential availability, according to industry sources. The Mets are willing to listen, but there is skepticism that momentum for a deal will build this early in the calendar. So what would it take for the Yankees to prime Matz from the Mets? According to the New York Post, the Mets would seek a major league-ready position player in return, as opposed to prospects. Miguel Andujar, given his ability to play multiple positions, would likely be a player of interest for the Mets, and I hope that doesn't happen. The belief is the Yankees aren't desperate enough for a pitcher to part with Andujar. And the Yankees expect Paxton to return from back surgery by June. But Severino will miss the entire season after having Tommy John surgery, and right-hander Domingo Germán will miss the first 2 months of the season while serving the rest of his domestic violence suspension. The Mets are one of a few teams in baseball with a surplus of starting pitching. The rotation is anchored by 2-time Cy Young Award winner Jacob deGrom and strikeout artist Noah Syndergaard. Add in Marcus Stroman, former Cy Young Award winner Rick Porcello, and ex-St. Louis Cardinals right-hander Michael Wacha into the mix, and general manager Brody Van Wagenen could be tempted to trade Matz. The 28-year-old Matz is a New York native who went 11 wins and 10 losses with a 4.21 earned run average in 2019. The Mets toyed with putting him in the bullpen as the Southpaw struggled to regain the form, which made him a phenom when the Mets went to the World Series in 2015. So there are some rumors that the Yankees might be interested in Steven Matz.
Yeah, I think it actually the way from what I've seen, it actually could happen. I hope not because Duhar has a great bat. We shouldn't give up his bat.
Exactly, exactly. I don't think they would part with Andujar at this point in time, especially with the injuries they're having.
Yeah, me neither. Like you like you said before, you can't have enough players.
Right, you definitely can't. I'll tell you, you
You
definitely
know,
can't. And with the situation with John Carlos Stanton and the situation with Aaron Judge, I mean, they have Frazier there, they have Gardner there, they have Mike Talkman there. But I think they will want to keep Andujar in the mix too. And Andujar, I think, is really going to be a star. I said that last year. He is one heck of a hitter.
no, absolutely, he's one heck of a hitter, but I don't know if he can play that outfield.
Right. I know they're just starting him out at that position now, and he really has not played since he was a amateur player. And he has looked okay so far. He's made the catches that he has had to make so far.
And let me explain something. I'm not saying that he cannot play outfield. What I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
is that he's gonna be playing outfield for the first time in a Major League Baseball stadium. Okay,
Right.
now in a Major League Baseball stadium compared to a minor league stadium is more decks, more people, more distractions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can really uh um uh, misjudge the baseball in a Major League Baseball park.
Right.
You know, from experience, because I catch the baseballs at Yankee Stadium. You know, those baseballs they curve. You know, they
Right.
curve off that bat, so you got to know how to read it. You know, and that takes some time. You know, that takes some time, and it takes a veteran outfielder to do that.
I see.
You
I
know,
see.
so he can have some troubles, like just like Clint Frazier was having trouble last year. He dropped a few balls and stuff in that Boston game, and it's because of that. He's not used to being in Yankee Stadium, you know, on that thing. Remember when you put him out there in right field, that's the first time he's ever playing right field in Yankee Stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a big thing. People don't grasp that. You know what I mean? That's for the. I mean, you can practice your whole life, but nothing will compare to you playing in Yankee Stadium. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
not even spring training is gonna compare to that. You know what I mean? So
Right.
and then you have the weather, the wind, and you know the team and whatever and you know whatever have you conditions that are going on. Maybe the ground could be wet, you know, and it could be kind of soggy in the outfield, so that might be giving you some problems, some running. So there's a whole lot of things there that can trouble a player, you know.
That's true.
You know, especially a rookie player, especially I mean any rookie player is gonna have problems, but you know he's gonna gain experience if he stays there every day. You know
Right.
now you would have to treat Andujar like he's a rookie player now. Even though he is a veteran, kind of played already Major League Baseball, but you got to treat him as a rookie in the outfield now. You know,
And
so
also, they're trying him a bit at first base. Luke Boyd is really going to be the main first baseman. And of course, there's Mike Ford right behind him.
yeah, Mike Ford is pretty good, but he wasn't hitting that great.
I
Mike
see.
Mike Ford in the season he wasn't doing too good of hitting. Tuckman was the guy that was blasting some shots. So
Oh, yeah.
he's the guy you want in the lineup there. If you know, since there's no Stanton and no Judge, you know,
Right.
gotta have Tuckman there. I think he's earned a spot there, right? I think he's earned
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. He is looking like he's going to be in the regular outfield rotation, especially if Judge and Stanton are not going to be around for a while. And Talkman really was a pleasant surprise last year. And I do remember. Do you remember the game for Yankees Winter Hat Night? We were sitting in section 405, and it was against the Blue Jays, and the Yankees lost that game that night 4-3. Clint Frazier made some mistakes playing right field that night.
Yeah, I mean, right field is a tough field, man. Right field, you have to be more on angles. You know,
Right,
right field is more about angles. You have to have an angle on the ball, meaning that the ball could be slicing on you and it could be trailing in towards the infield on you as well. You know, like a lollipop, you know?
right.
And you have to, really judge those. And then the spin of the ball could just pop out of your glove. you know, it's
Exactly.
crazy, man. The way I mean, the way the whole pop up works. It's not an easy thing as it looks. It's really not.
No, you're a ball hawk out there, so you're out there just about every game.
Yeah, man. And if it's not a line shot, it's hard to get those lollipop fly those fly home runs that come down straight down on you. Those those wobble like a knuckleball.
Right.
You know, the ones that are hit line drives, they more curve. They more curve to the right field pole type of thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
You
It
know?
is difficult to learn and to play, that's for sure.
Yeah,
And
man.
also, I would say that the Yankees are doing pretty good in the spring training games, even though they don't count for anything. And since we last had our radio show, the Yankees have played 4 spring training games. And I will go through a little bit of them if you would like.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, on Friday, the Yankees played the Braves. And there are tons of things to know on this. This is the Sports New York Yankees Takeaways. And on Friday, the Yankees played the Braves. And number one is David Garcia got the start, exiting after allowing just one hit, one walk, and striking out 3. However, his lone hit allowed was a 2-run home run to Johan Camargo in the second inning. And number 2 is despite not securing a hit yet in spring training, Mike Tauchman found himself on the bases after a walk in the 6th inning. After a Gleyber Torres single brought him to third base, Tauchman scored on the throwing error by Braves catcher Travis Denard to bring the score to 2-1. Tauchman went 0 for 2, while Torres went 1 for 3. Number 3 is the Yankees took their first lead of the game in the bottom of the 7th with Kellen Deglin at first base. Esteban Florio crushed a homer to right to put the Yankees up 3-2. Number 4, in the very next inning, the Yankees took a big lead that they would hold on to. Winston Sawyer hit an RBI double to bring in Boyjun Park, the Korean player, and then scored 2 at-bats later on a Deegan single to center to put the Yankees up 5-2. Number 5 is DJ LeMahieu and Kyle Higashioka each went 1 for 3, with LeMahieu reaching on an infield single in the first and Higashioka singling to left in the second inning. And number 6 is Gio Urshela forgot his jersey prior to coming to the park, so he had to settle for an unfamiliar number 68. The new jersey did not work in his favor as Urshela went 1 for 3 with a strikeout, ground out, and pop out. And number 7 is Luis Avalon, made a perfect relief appearance. Avalon, who spent last season with the Mets, struck out all 3 batters he faced in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that was the Yankees' 5-3 victory over the Braves on Friday.
Oh, that's funny that he left his jersey.
Yes, I'll tell you about it. That definitely is. That definitely is. And on Saturday, the Yankees played a split team game. They played a split team game. They played the Tigers at George Adams Steinbrenner Field, and they also played the Boston Red Sox at the Red Sox home spring training field. And against the Tigers, the Yankees won 8-2, and we had Garrett Cole on the mound. And 5 things to know from that game is Garrett Cole continued gearing up for his first regular season in pinstripes. The Ace pitched 2 2/3 innings against the Tigers, and while he allowed 2 hits, he kept the Tigers off the board and struck out 2 batters. Number 2 is Gleyber Torres, had a big afternoon for the Bombers. And let me just get back to this for a second. I'm sorry. Gleyber Torres had a big afternoon for the Bombers, playing shortstop and batting second. Torres went 1 for 3 at the plate, but his one hit was a big one. A 3-run home run in the 5th inning, a key piece of the Yankees' 5-run hit. Number 3 is Luis Cessa, was the first Yankee pitcher out of the bullpen following Cole, and the right-hander showed off some of his electric stuff, striking out 3 hitters and 1 in the 3rd inning. Number 4 is Chris Iannetta, who is competing for the backup catcher job behind Gary Sanchez, had 2 hits and a run scored as the Yankees DH. And number 5 is Adam Ottavino, Zach Britton, and Chad Green all pitched out of the bullpen, and that trio combined for 4 strikeouts and just 2 hits allowed in 3 combined innings. So that was a very nice 8-2 Yankees victory over the Tigers.
Yeah, man, it sounds like they were rocking there with Chris Iannetta. You think he'll make the team?
Oh, yeah, that turned out to be a very good game. And as that game is going on, the Yankees split squad road team was playing the Boston Red Sox, and Jordan Montgomery had started that game. And it turns out that the takeaways from that game, there are 5 of them, and Jordan Montgomery looked pretty good here. So the takeaways from that game is, number 1, Jordan Montgomery got the first start for the Yankees in Fort Myers. The lefty, who the Yankees may be depending much more on now that the rotation has suffered injuries, Luis Severino and James Paxton, had a very strong showing, pitching 2 scoreless innings while striking out 4 hitters and allowing just 1 hit. And number 2 is Gio Urshela, batting third and starting at third base, went 1 for 2 with a walk. He also scored 2 of the Yankees' 5 runs. And number 3 is Clint Frazier, who homered in the game earlier this week. Got the start in right field, batting cleanup. Frazier went 1 for 3, but he did drive in a run with an RBI double. And number 4 is right-hander Nick Tropiano, had a bit of a rough outing on Saturday. In 1 1/3 innings, Tropiano only allowed 1 hit, but he also walked a batter and allowed 2 earned runs. And number 5 is Eric Kratz, who is competing for the backup catcher job behind Gary Sanchez, went 2 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. So that was the Yankees' victory there, and that was a good victory for the Yankees.
Oh man, today on social media or the internet, everybody's going crazy over Mike Trout hitting a golf ball in the golf cage.
Right.
Thing. He hit a golf ball like into outer space somewhere, and everybody's going crazy about it.
Cow.
Yeah,
holy
man.
cow! Yeah, Mike Trout. You and I, we saw the Angels when Luis Severino came back, and Mike Trout was out at that time. You were doing your blog from Yankee Stadium, and you featured a Mike Trout jersey, and you said, "Too bad he's not playing. He's out."
Yeah, it sucks, but he's gonna be playing this year. It looks like.
Oh yes, oh
So-
yes, and finally. On Saturday, the Yankees had a tough loss to the Tigers, and the takeaways from that is the Yankees lost 10-4. And number 1 is David Hale struggled against the Tigers, allowing two earned runs on 2 hits and just 1 2/3 innings pitched with a runner on second base. Left-hand pitcher James Reeves came in for relief and struck out Daz Cameron to end the 2nd inning. And number 2 is Rosel Herrera, who's really impressing. Got the start in right field and led the Yankees with 2 RBIs while going 3 for 3 from the plate. Brett Gardner also went 1 for 2 with an RBI and a walk, while Luke Voigt went 1 for 3 with an RBI and a strikeout. Number 3 is Gary Sanchez, went 0 for 3 as a designated hitter on Sunday, bringing his spring training total to 0 for 9 from the plate with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 run batted in. And number 4 is the Yankees' 2019 first-round pick, Anthony Volpe, got his first at-bat at spring training as a pinch hitter for Sanchez in the 8th inning as the 18-year-old grounded out to short. And number 5 is Miguel Yajora. They also call Yahoo, was the losing pitcher after allowing 3 earned runs on 2 hits in 1 1/3 innings pitched. The 21-year-old righty also struck out 4 batters and recorded the hold. Right-hand pitcher Caleb Ort allowed 3 earned runs on 2 hits, including a grand slam to Ryan Creeder in the 8th inning. Adonis Rosa struck out 1, but allowed 2 earned runs on 2 hits. And the Yankees had a tough 10-4 loss there, with the young prospects giving it up at the end of the game.
Yeah, well, it happens. But, man, that's crazy that 18-year-old kid got a hit, huh?
Oh, yes. His name is Anthony Volpe, and he is the Yankees' 2019 first-round pick. He's probably playing either with the Staten Island Yankees or he may be playing in Tampa.
Oh, maybe not the Rail Riders, or it's too early for him?
He might be down in Tampa. He might be down with the instructional team. But I think he's not up to AAA just yet. We'll see how quickly he moves through the system.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see him in Staten Island.
Oh, yes, that will be pretty good. And you have some exciting news that you will be getting to, looks like about 79 Yankee games this year, as long as you don't go on the disabled list with getting sick or anything, because for one game, we will be at the World Trade Center, and for one other game, we will be at the Brooklyn Cyclones at the very end of the season. But otherwise, you're all set for the year.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna make every single game so far. I might not stay for the whole game, but I'll make it somehow.
Right. And you and I, we will be back together on Saturday, April 4th.
Yeah.
And that will be great. We will be getting together, and we will be sitting together in Section 412. And we will be back together in just about a month's time.
Yeah, man. And this year, I'm gonna start a little journal and turn it into a book. Write down all the wind measurements, because I have the wind meter. I'm gonna be measuring the wind around the stadium in different points and parts, the areas, so to see if it really does work. If the wind does help the ball.
You did a good blog on your wind meter there.
Yeah.
And that was a very good blog. And this will be a fun year. We're going to have an exciting season. I'll be at 9 Yankee games, and we will be visiting the World Trade Center, doing vlogs from there. And we will be doing a vlog from the Brooklyn Cyclones at the very end of the season.
Yeah, man. That would be nice.
So we're looking pretty good for this upcoming year.
Yeah, it's going to be great, man. I just can't wait.
Right.
Hopefully the Yankees go all the way, man. And it looks like it could happen. See.
Right. It all depends on injuries and everything, so we'll see how it all goes.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll leave it there. And that'll be the end of the show. Go and search the First Inning Radio Show, Spotify, and find me on social media as the BX Bomber 2011. See y'all on the next one. So long, everybody, and see ya.
Take care.